What an exciting game, and the UK now is officially hooked. And we're not talking fish or the damn chips. Yo, Caleb, what are you doing out there in the UK, man? Man, it's never going to be the same, folks.
Here's your host, 12-Inch.
Welcome to ASSN. I'm your host, 12-Inch, that stands for putting your best foot forward. And this is ASSN, the Adult Sports Situation Network. And everybody, I'm going to tell you right now, the Chicago Bears will never be the same. This is just the beginning of Caleb Williams, and that's the scary part. Now, Jaden Daniels is doing great, and some people are griping between who should have been the number one pick. Well, I think we got the number one pick, and this choice by Ryan Poles was the right choice. Not that Jaden is a bad choice or a wrong choice. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, but Caleb is definitely beginning to thrive. He completed 23 out of 29 passes for 226 yards with 124.4 passer rating. 4 touchdowns, guys. And then on top of that, he ran for 56 yards. On his sliding, he'd never played baseball. His slide they need to bring the slip and slide out or back out, or bring in a baseball coach or somebody so he can work on that slide so he doesn't catch an ankle or pull something, going down the wrong way. But that needs to be ironed out. But this whole team is coming together on both ends. We're talking about the defense has been dominant since game one, but you can see the other pieces starting to shine. The play calling on the defensive end has been exceptional. Outside maybe the first couple of drives. But all in all, Cole Kmet, he shined today. Cole Kmet shined today. He had 2 TD passes, and he was the long snapper. So he will be the player who got his ass in gear. That's right. Cole Kmet is the ass in gear player of the day. And guys, it's coming. Let's get back to Caleb Williams. He is starting to look like what most of us thought he would be. Back before we actually drafted Caleb, I did see the potential in Justin Fields, but I also said that Caleb Williams is going to be a superstar as long as he goes somewhere. And he's surrounded and he's coached well and he has the right pieces. And we're seeing that here in Chicago. At that time, I got feedback from one of you guys out there, and this is exactly what that person said. Called me a clown for saying what Caleb could eventually be and what I saw in him. And we're now beginning to see this unfold, everybody. It's now beginning to happen. You can see the game is slowing down. You can see him going through all his progressions, hitting all 3-4 reads, coming back, and then using his legs. But while using his legs, always looking downfield, so he's a threat either which way. But what I'm seeing from Caleb right now is amazing. Caleb Williams is getting a lot better. As you can tell right now, every single game you can see it especially from game one all the way through now. I mean, this man is making leaps and bounds of improvement. This is not the Chicago Bears of the old. We have turned the page and we are absolutely rounding the corner. I mean, this was a magnificent game, and you can see the ascension. You can see the ascension. But side note, Caleb is the one. He throws first, runs last, can run and still throw. And the one mistake that he did have today, I'm going to be honest with you, just watching that play in real time, I felt like he thought he could loft it over DJ's probably left shoulder towards the end zone. And then maybe halfway through that, he thought maybe he should rope it in. And maybe the thoughts got crossed and he got caught in the middle, and he ended up floating it to DJ, which got intercepted. But outside that, man, you cannot really expect better from a rookie quarterback. We're talking about only, at that time, only 5 and one quarter into the season, not even complete 6 games yet. But Ryan Poles, you've done an excellent job, and now we're beginning to see the growth and the development on both sides of the ball. Now, the defense has been balling, so we haven't had a problem with the defense. They've been balling, and they're still tightening things up. The first couple series didn't look as great, but you can see that this might be the most dominant defense in the league. I know the Chicago Bears are not playing the best teams right this second, but we're talking about from the last half of last year all the way through now is consistency, and they will show up and they will shine and they'll make plays no matter who they play. The defense is real. Now the offense is beginning to match that energy. And today in London, in front of 61,182 people, the Bears showed why the UK is hooked and is not on fish and chips. chips is right here on the Chicago Bears. We're talking about an amazing game. The defense, the Bears have 4 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Although I still believe there should have been 2. I believe once the man has the ball, he put 2 feet down, he's actually rotating, he's headed upfield, and somebody comes and punches it out, that should be a fumble. But the refs, that's a whole nother story. The refs weren't that good, especially in the first half. I didn't like what I was seeing. Trevor Lawrence, he threw, he had 23 out of 35 on his passes for 234 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. For you Jaguars fans, we'll be covering some Jaguars stuff as well, so make sure you do subscribe. But I don't think, right now, I know Jacksonville's in panic mode because things are not looking great sitting at 1-5. But looking at the division, I still think this is a team that could still get things together and maybe go on a run at some point. You guys still have a really good quarterback and a proven coach. So I think things will start to settle out and basically they'll make their way at some point. But you never know which way the season's going to go. We're 1/3 of the way through with the season already. That has gone by so fast. But Jacksonville is not a team that's an easy pushover. But today the Chicago Bears are really starting their ascent, and they are doing what a lot of us probably never thought. A lot of people are out there predicting this would be a close game, maybe come down to the last possession, but it's turning into a whole different reality with the Chicago Bears. DeAndre Swift has definitely hit his stride. I mean, this guy is now starting to show out, and they know how to utilize him, how to use him. Let's see, today he ran for 91 yards, 1 touchdown on 17 carries, and he caught 4 passes for 28 yards. We're talking about somebody who is absolutely balling behind that line, making great decisions and reads, seeing where the holes are or where he should move. Roshan Johnson is in there getting the hard short yards, looking really good. Also, looking at the rest of the stats going down the line. Keenan Allen is being fed every time we needed him. He came through in the clutch. We're talking about 5 receptions. We're talking about 41 yards, 2 TDs. Keenan Allen was balling today. Today was his turn, his time to shine. Roman Dunze, he had 2 receptions, 40 yards. He's starting to look really, really good. He runs real crisp routes. He has pretty short hands. He's doing a great job. And I believe that brings us to our clutch player of the game. Yes, we have a clutch player of the game, and his name is Caleb Williams. Even when the chips are down, things weren't looking that good in the first, 3 series. Caleb stayed calm and collective. He threw the interception, still stood calm and collected. And then from there, it was just like watching SpaceX. Rocket ships just rising. He just kept the ball moving, kept going down the field. He was relentless. When all options were covered, finding his check down to still make use of that down or getting the ball out of bounds, whatever he had to do, using his legs to scramble to create plays, magnificent. Like I said at the top of the show, guys, the Chicago Bears will never be the same. Everything is about to be rewritten as long as he stays healthy, and that's what they got to make sure. Also, as an update, Kyler Gordon did get hurt in this game. They said he was walking around just fine after the game. It might just be like a slight pull in his hamstring, but yet the Bears do have a bye week, so he's going to have 2 weeks to really recover and get himself back on track. So hopefully that's all it is, and we will keep our eye on him, and we'll bring you the latest news on that. And getting back to the 5 touchdown performance, the Bears have now successfully done that in 2 straight games. You know how long it's been since they've done that? 1956. Not since Dwight D. Eisenhower was in the White House. This is incredible. This is new territory, and this is just the beginning. But the Chicago Bears win 35-16. We did have 1 missed field goal, but the arrow is pointing definitely up. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like and share, help push us over 1,000. We're going to keep bringing you the best content along with smiles and laughs. In some situations, we're going to be on the scene. I'm your host, 12 Inch, and I just put my foot down, but it stands for putting your best foot forward in life and everything that you do. And this is ASSN, the Adult Sports Situation Network. And next time we pull up in your YouTube feed, make sure you get your ass in.